Hello and welcome to another MCO update on Bitcoin. Yeah, we can see here on the chart that the Bitcoin price is currently in an ABC correction, most likely in this wave 4 or B wave. That's what we don't know yet. I mean, it's like 1 hour, 1.5 hours before the Fed interest rate decision. So there's likely going to be some volatility. I wanted to make the video before that decision to prepare you for the different outcomes and the relevant levels that we now need to be aware of, that we now need to be watching. Okay. So what I am tracking here on the chart is the area between 96,122 and $96,972. That's standard Fibonacci support for a fourth wave pullback. However, as I explained to you in the previous video, we could get one more high, absolutely. But first of all, most of that rally is likely done. So we could get one more high as long as we're holding support. But if we break the upper support line, which is 96,122, that's our micro support area. Yeah, if that level breaks, we're going to focus on lower support, main support, you could say, here on this time frame for the B wave. You could see it that way. We are currently still in a process in which the A wave could extend. Okay, so wave A can form 5 waves. We don't know that. You never know that, which is why a lot of Elliott Wave traders are only trading for the third wave or the C wave. Yeah, because whether an A wave is a 3-wave move or a 5-wave move, nobody knows. We only know when support holds, and we see an impulsive rally out of support, which hasn't happened yet. And therefore, when it's clear that the move up is likely going to be an ABC structure, as it is, then it can make sense to not trade for the 5th wave, because it might not happen, right? This is typically the high probability element, that move up, where the momentum is high, and then we get into a choppy sideways action. Today, anyway, there's a lot of volatility expected, so as always, just the usual warning on a day like that. Waves might go into their extremes. You might see some distortions, especially on smaller time frames. And yeah, so far, we're still holding above that support zone, however. So if the price forms one more high, then I would treat this here currently as a C wave down in wave 4. And as you can see, the price is approaching the 50% retracement level as I speak. So we likely will go a little closer and might even test that level. And if there is a decisive break below it, then the focus will shift to this support zone to see if the market does form a reaction around 94,337 to $95,057. At least the market needs to hold above it, right? So there's no need to test that area. Just means we need to hold above it. That's important. I mean, hold above the 78.6 retracement. These are the two bullish scenarios I'm watching here. Either wave A is a 3-wave move, we're forming a B wave pullback now, rally in wave C, or the A wave forms one more high, then we get the B wave. So that's essentially the same scenario. The question is only, do we get one more high on the nano level, on the micro level? That is something to consider, that the A wave can only be a 3-wave move. So that should already tell you about the relevant levels. And then, obviously, we talk about the yellow count as well. That's the bearish one. I mean, at least on this time frame, bearish, because it might take the market over the course of the coming weeks all the way down into this area, potentially mid to low 80K area. And yeah, that would be the count in which we might be stuck in a correction for a month or so. Now, if we understand the bigger picture, in this bullish count, we might only see one more high anyway before that decline starts. So we are fairly close to the end of a rally that started on the 7th of April. So, but yeah, if you watch the videos regularly, then you know that already. I think it is important today to just be aware that there can be distortions. So what happens on a day, typically, the market might break briefly below support, then still rally in 5 waves. That would not be, the Fibonacci support area is not an invalidation area or anything. It just means this is where probabilities will shift. So For example, below 96,120, probabilities will shift towards a larger correction, and one more high becomes far less likely. Okay, and the larger correction can be the deeper B wave, or it can be that yellow C wave to the downside that might even take us into the low 90K region next. Yeah, that will depend on how we break support. Do we form 5 waves down, and so on. Overall, just sideways consolidation today. Within the next 2 hours or so, 3 hours, expect potentially lots of volatility, some wave distortions, but the levels should all be clear. If we get one more high, forgot to say that, then this would be the area to watch, 97,879 to 98,907. That's the update on Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you're interested in additional updates, make sure that you check out our membership. You get access to member videos, the weekly live stream, and much more. Today, for example, I uploaded a video for members about the Voucher protocol, and a few days before, VTHO, Ondo, many more coins. Check it out. And as a gold member, you get access to our Discord server, now also with updates about gold and silver, because many of you have asked. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.